our session now. Sorry for the miscommunication. Some of you had been informed that the session starts at 2 o'clock. I was informed that it is at 2:30. Okay, so and another clarification I would like to give it at the first itself. And at some places, the session topic has been mentioned as Indian Geography Current Affairs, and it is not current affairs, it is the remaining portion of the syllabus which has not been covered in the Indian Geography. When I took the 3 sessions in some 2 weeks back for the previous batches, the 2020 batches, I was, during that time, some of you requested that the monsoon has not been covered. Indian monsoon, Indian climates has not been covered. So I thought I had requested for a class. So if you are okay with monsoon, climate, vegetation, then like it may not be a much of value addition for you people, for those people. So it is actually the completion class for the Indian Geography. I had taken for this batch Indian Geography the drainage and then the physiography, Himalayas, all these things. I don't know, oceanography, I was not told. I was told only Indian Geography was pending for this batches. Oceanography, please raise query with the admin team of Shankar Academy, like whatever, I don't know, like 3-4 batches are combined in this batch, I think. So 2-3 batches are combined might be. So to what and all the batches the oceanography has been completed and what are the batches yet to be done, like you can, whoever is sending the message, yeah, here itself some people who are joined here mentioning that oceanography is completed, and for some oceanography is not completed. Okay, so raise the query if the admin section or the academic section is okay with that, then they will let me know and award me with class also. Yeah, I am getting here. Batch 8 oceanography is not completed. Maybe for batch 8 alone, oceanography, we can rush through in 1 or 2 classes. Okay. So please raise mail with the admin section. Today, what we are going to see is Indian Geography. In that, the climate, especially special emphasis would be on the monsoon. How the monsoon is created, what are the factors which affect the monsoon, like that we will largely concentrate upon those parts. Okay, what are the factors determining the climate in India? The latitudinal location. We are located in the subtropical region. Okay, on the globe, we are largely located in the subtropical region, slightly above the equator. So the latitudinal, whatever the subtropical climate, so that would be there in the that would be represented in the Indian climatic conditions. Okay, so normally the subtropical, the tropical and the subtropical region would be having very what relatively warm or hot type of climate, and the rainfall also will be little bit on the higher side in the tropical region. So those things would be coming there. Then the Himalayan mountains, which is in the north of the Himalayan mountains, which is in the northern boundary of the Indian subcontinent, that act as a boundary for the cold wind from the polar aspect. Cold wind from the polar aspect. So largely the Indian continent is safeguarded from the cold wind of the polar aspects, and that also plays a role. We will see what exactly the role played by Himalayas in affecting the climatic feature little bit later. Okay, and then distance from the sea. We have a vast coastal region. Okay, the coastal region is very vast, and as you all know, sea has a moderating effect. Sea has a moderating effect on the climate. Okay, because of this only, the winter season, be it winter season and summer season, there won't be much of difference in the temperature along the coastal region. For example, Trivandrum, which is in Kerala, capital of Kerala, Trivandrum, the difference between the summer temperature and winter temperature will be only 5 degrees centigrade. The winter would be recording 25 degrees centigrade and the summer would be recording around 30 degrees centigrade. So the annual range of temperature would be very less. Range is difference between the maximum temperature and minimum temperature, that is annual range. So it would be very less along the coastal region because of the moderating effect. But at the same time, Delhi would be the difference between the summer maximum and winter minimum would be around 30 degrees centigrade. Summer would be recording around 40 degree, 35 to 40 degrees centigrade in the summer, and winter would be recording 5 to 10 degrees centigrade in the Delhi. So the annual range would be very high if the particular place is far away from the sea, So distance from the sea also has an impact in affecting the climatic condition of a particular region. Okay, altitude. Okay, you all know that the Himalayas, the average height is about 6,000 meters from the mean sea level. So that also have a effect. Like climatology, you might have learnt about this normal lapse rate, 6.5 degrees centigrade for every 1 kilometer rise in altitude. That is the normal lapse rate. That will be causing the effect on the altitudinal variation of the different regions also. Relief. Finally, relief is also playing an important role. What is relief? Relief is also something to do with the altitude only. But relief is like what is windward side, what is leeward side. For example, southwest monsoon is coming. The western coast of India would be receiving more rainfall compared to the peninsular India, interior peninsular compared to the coastal region. So it is because of the relief, the Western Ghats. So the western slope of the Western Ghats would be receiving maximum rainfall due to orographic rising of the wind. Okay, so relief also plays an important role. For example, it is the same relief which is causing the highest rainfall in the world in Cherrapunji. It is because of the relief, how the mountains are located, exactly what is the shape of the mountain. That also determines the amount of rainfall received by the particular place. That way the relief also plays an important role. Okay, I am being told that the rainfall cold weather season has been covered in the last class itself. So, okay. So anyway, this is just an introduction. Okay, now we will directly go to the during winter. Up to this, it has been covered, it seems. Okay, so maybe for revision sake, we will quickly cover these things. Okay, during the hot weather season, the northern plain would be very hot. This region would be very hot and low pressure would be there. Okay, low pressure would be there, and then the southern India would be mild. Okay, these things I have discussed just now. Low, we have discussed about the low winds coming from the western aspects and making the condition worse. It can cause heat strokes and it can dry the whatever the crops available in the fields also. Okay, then the cold weather season, it is like the continental region would be having very less temperature. Okay, the continental region would be facing very cold waves and cold winds. Okay, not so pronounced in the peninsular India, peninsular region, because of the nearness, moderating effect of the sea. The cold weather is also not so pronounced. Okay, the rainfall in the cold weather season, some rainfall we get from the temperate cyclone. Here Mediterranean Sea would be there in the western aspect of India. There some temperate cyclones are formed. some temperate cyclones are formed in the Mediterranean Sea. Temperate cyclone. Some temperate cyclones are brought towards Indian aspect. That is known as western disturbances. These are known as western disturbances. Western disturbances. Sorry. Western disturbances. So, in prelims or mains, if you are asked about western disturbances, what are western disturbances? They occur during winter. First of all, you should know that the western disturbances occur during winter, and during winter time, the temperate cyclone which are formed in the Mediterranean Sea under the influence of westerlies, they come towards India. They are brought towards India. So it gives some rainfall to the northwestern part of India. So it is known as western disturbances. Similarly, there is another term known as tropical disturbances. Tropical disturbances is another term. We will see that in a little while. Okay, tropical disturbances. That is different. Tropical disturbances is different from western disturbances. Western disturbances, it is the temperate cyclone formed in the Mediterranean Sea brought to the India during winter season, that too cold weather season. Okay. And during this season, the river, there is no actual rainfall. There is no much of rainfall in the north. So the snow slightly melts and that keeps the river alive in the plains, Gangetic plains. The rivers are kept alive by the melting of the snow. Okay. And then during October, November, the retreating monsoon is also there. We will see the retreating monsoon a little while. Okay. So Indian weather during winter, again cold weather season only, winter, the surface pressure and winds are dry, winds are dry, winds are dry. There is the continental air mass from the Central Asia. Okay, so this is the ground wind actually. What is shown in the figure is upper tropospheric wind, but the ground winds are northeast trade winds. These are the continental air masses. Northeast trade winds will be there in the thing. But during the winter season, the upper atmosphere will be having jet stream, westerly jet stream, which means the jet stream would be direction is western side, from west to east. So we call it as westerly. Westerly jet stream is present during the winter season over India. These things are all of lesser importance, so I am quickly rushing through. Okay, western cyclonic disturbances I have already told you, and it is during the winter season. Again, the tropical cyclones, some of the tropical cyclones are seen along the Tamil Nadu, AP and Odisha coast. Okay, now I am straight away coming to the monsoon. We will see the monsoon in detail. 1 minute. Yeah, monsoons are the type of seasonal wind. General about monsoon. Okay, monsoons are seasonal winds. Okay, they are not there throughout the year, but they are seasonal winds characterized by change of direction. These are the descriptive terms regarding monsoon. Monsoons are seasonal winds characterized by change of direction. The change of direction should be minimum 120 degree. So, if the initial direction is like this, then the reverse should be at least 120 degree. Okay, this should be minimum 120 degree. It is not like this and then like this. Okay, then the direction, the degree is only 90 degree. Okay, it should be more than 120 degree. If the change in direction is more than 120 degree, only then it qualifies as a monsoon. Seasonal reversal of direction or seasonal change in direction would be there for the monsoon winds. Okay, now we will see what are all the reasons for Indian monsoon. What are all the reasons for Indian monsoon? Number 1, differential heating of land and sea. Land and sea. So, the monsoon happens during summer, that we all know. After summer or during summer. Okay. So, the equator is somewhere here. Okay, equator is somewhere here. So, below the equator, this is experiencing winter. This side is experiencing winter, and above the equator is experiencing summer. I would request some of you, if you can, like have your videos on, so that it will get a sense that I am addressing to the class. I am not alone. Okay. Yeah, thank you for the person who has got the video on. Okay, we always appreciate that. Okay, so below the equator it is winter, and above the equator it is summer. So in climatology there is a concept you might have learnt about shifting of pressure belts also. So we will go to that little bit later. So since it is summer, this Tibetan plateau gets, like, compared to the winter season, the Tibetan plateau get heated. So that is also one reason. This differential heating, you should understand that I am meaning Tibetan plateau. Tibetan plateau is getting warmer than the previous time. So what happens? A sort of low pressure ground on the ground, low pressure is created in the Tibetan plateau. Since it is warm, since it is winter in the southern part, around this region, a high pressure due to coldness. Since it is winter, a sort of high pressure zone is developed in the Indian Ocean. Okay, so differential heating of land and sea, Tibetan plateau getting more warmer, creating a low pressure, and Indian Ocean comparatively cool and causing a high pressure in the South Indian Ocean, Southern Indian Ocean. So these two aspects you can lock it. Okay, first one, it is differential heating. Second one is winter in the southern hemisphere and Indian Ocean is having a high pressure. These are two reasons, and we will see more reasons. Okay. We know that during northern summer the pressure belts shift. So the intertropical convergence zone, intertropical convergence zone, ITCZ, what is it? It is a zone, it is not a line, it is a zone where the northeast trade winds and southeast trade winds converge, which means the northeast trade wind will be coming like this and southeast trade wind will be coming like this. Where it converge, that zone is known as ITCZ. During equinoxes, autumn equinox, spring equinox, it will be along the equator. But during summer, it moves somewhat towards the northern aspect. During winter, it comes down. Okay, that shifting is happening. Okay, I have now explained what is ITCZ. ITCZ is a zone which is around the equator where the northeast trade wind and southeast trade wind converge. That is the ITCZ. Usually, this region will be having very low pressure because convergence will be happening, and after convergence the air mass will rise up. So along the ITCZ there will be low pressure zone. Okay, so during summer what happens? The ITCZ move towards north, lightly towards north, and occupies the north central plains of India. ITCZ move towards north and occupy the north central plains of the India. This is also adding to the low pressure. I told that ITCZ would be having low pressure zone. Okay, so that is one point. Actually, this is explaining ITCZ. The point here is for monsoon is north shift. Third point actually, shifting of ITCZ to north of equator, and the shifted ITCZ which is occupying the north central region of India is known as monsoon trough. Trough means a low pressure zone. Trough always denote a low pressure zone. That is known as monsoon trough. Okay, that occupies the central region. Okay, this is the third reason which they are saying for monsoon. So I am going to erase this, but the representation is there in the map. Then what happens? Now I am going to speak about jet streams, role of jet streams. So when we speak about jet stream, these things are all on ground. The low pressure, high pressure are all on ground surface. Whenever we are speaking about the jet stream, you should think about upper troposphere. Upper troposphere, almost the height is, you can say 7 to 14 kilometer or 7 to 13 kilometer height. It is not near the ground, it is at the higher altitude. Jet streams means. So I am going to draw the jet streams in green color so that you will differentiate from these yellow. Okay, the jet streams would be like this during winter. During winter, you can use different images when you are explaining. So during winter, it would be like this. One branch would be north of Himalaya and another branch would be south of Himalaya. Okay, two branches would be there for jet streams. One along the north of Himalaya and another branch to the south of Himalayas. So whenever the summer comes, the southern branch would be withdrawn. When you are reading the characteristic of jet stream itself, during winter they come down till up to 20-degree latitude towards equator. During summer they move towards pole. The jet streams move towards pole. So as a part of that, the southern branch of jet stream is withdrawn. Okay, the southern branch of jet stream is withdrawn. So once the southern branch of jet stream is withdrawn, another jet stream from the higher altitude, what I am drawing is higher altitude, easterly jet stream, easterly jet stream, that jet stream is known as tropical easterly jet stream. Usually we have learned that jet streams are from west to east. The direction of the jet stream would be west to east normally, but this is a local type of jet stream. It is only seasonal, not always present, only present during summer season, over India and African region. Tropical easterly jet stream. After the southern branch of the westerly jet stream is withdrawn, tropical easterly jet stream start flowing, and these jet stream come and subside. This is higher air, okay, this is at the upper troposphere. They come and subside around this high pressure zone, so that this high pressure is maintained. This high pressure is maintained. So this is another point. Okay, as of now this is not necessary. Okay, you can limit with here. Okay, so what are the points we have seen so far? Okay, differential heating of land and sea, that is the first point we have seen. By that we mean that the Tibetan plateau is warmed and Indian Ocean region is cold. So comparatively low pressure in the Tibetan plateau and Indian Ocean region is having comparatively high pressure. That is our first point. The second point is the ITCZ. It moves towards northern aspect, which is known as monsoon trough, that lays over the north central part of the Indian subcontinent. That is the second reason. Then third, the jet stream, normal westerly jet stream, get withdrawn from the southern aspect of the Himalayas. The southern branch of normal westerly jet stream get withdrawn, and a tropical easterly jet stream, which is a seasonal and a local jet stream, that start flowing from the eastern side to the western side. Okay. Eastern side to the western side. These are the points we have seen so far. This is one point, this is one point. You can take Tibetan plateau 1 point and Indian Ocean 1 point. You can make it as 2 points, or you can say it as a sub point of differential heating of land and ocean also. Like, it is up to you how you are representing. So this is started. Okay. So these are the reasons for onset of the monsoon. How this easterly jet stream is useful is, it is actually, the easterly jet stream is, for explanation sake I am saying, it is actually coming and reinforcing the high pressure, okay, so that the high pressure is maintained in the South Indian Ocean. For that sake it is important. Okay, now we will remove the, I am going to remove this thing, okay, the easterly jet stream, that is there. You understand that is there. Okay, so now the wind starts from here, this region. Okay, Coriolis force will slightly deflect this side. Okay, and after crossing the equator, the same Coriolis force will be pushing it towards right hand side. Okay, right hand side, and it flows towards the high pressure to the low pressure. The wind is flowing. So what is this wind actually? This is the southeast trade wind. The southeast trade wind, after crossing equator, shift towards rightward and enter into Indian subcontinent as southwest monsoon. The southeast trade wind, after crossing the equator, they shift rightward due to Coriolis force and enter into Indian subcontinent as southwest monsoon. Okay, this is what is happening in the ground. What is happening in the ground? So once these wind moves, here an emptiness will be created. Since this wind is moving, that emptiness is refilled by the easterly jet stream. The tropical easterly jet stream is refilling the high pressure. Okay, only if more wind comes here, that wind can keep on going towards India. Okay, this is the upper air circulation. So in a cross section, if you see, so this is also for understanding, need not write anywhere. This is India, peninsular India. This is Himalaya. This is Tibet, Tibetan Plateau. That side, Kunlun Mountain. Okay. This side you have Indian Ocean. This side you have Indian Ocean. So the wind starts from Indian Ocean and come here and then rises here. Here also it rises and it goes back to Indian Ocean and subsides here. This is upper air circulation. This is ground. The ground part is known as southwest monsoon. The upper air part is known as tropical easterly. Easterly jet stream. Tropical easterly jet stream. Okay, I hope it is clear. Okay, this is the role of the tropical jet stream. It is coming towards the upper air low pressure zone. Okay, you can remember like this. So we will go to the next slides and see. Okay, so Indian weather during summer, westerly jet stream get withdrawn. The same thing what I have explained till now. It is here. Westerly jet stream south of Himalayas is withdrawn. Easterly jet stream established. This map is from NCERT. NCERT is showing this map. Okay, the easterly jet stream. ITCZ move north of equator. Low pressure in the north central plain. All these things we have discussed already. Okay, so I'm going to the next. So again, same points, whatever I have discussed. Differential heating of ocean and land, heating of Tibetan Plateau low pressure, South Indian Ocean high pressure. So a question can be there, the role of jet stream in Indian monsoon. That can be asked as a question in mains, role of jet stream in the Indian monsoon. So withdrawal of subtropical westerly jet stream, that is one thing. Onset of tropical easterly jet stream is one thing. Another one role is there. There is a small jet stream known as Somali jet stream. I will come to that. this diagram. Okay. Here, Somali jet stream is a, what color shall I take? I will take dark blue color. Before that, I will remove some of this. Okay. Okay. So, what is Somali jet stream? From here, east of Madagascar, there is an island known as Mascarene Island. Mascarene Island. The name is Mascarene. East of Madagascar, Mascarene Island. So, near that island, a small wind arises and flow towards Somalia coast. Okay. Why this is happening? Because not only the Indian subcontinent is heated, this region is also heated. This also has low pressure. Okay, the Somalia and the Arabian desert is also heated. So this also has low pressure. So one wind flows from east of Madagascar towards Somalia coast, and then it gives rainfall to the Somalia coast also. After that, the remaining portion joins with the southwest monsoon. This wind is known as Somali jet stream. Though it is called as jet stream, it is relatively low altitude wind. It is not at the 6 kilometer, 7 kilometer height. It is the near to the ground surface. Low altitude jet stream. This is example for local or regional jet stream. Somali jet stream. That is also playing a role in adding to the intensity of the southwest monsoon. That is Somali jet stream. Okay, that is shown here. We can see here. Mascarene High. Mascarene is an island. Mascarene High. From there, the Somali jet stream starts. It moves towards Somalia and then it joins the southwest monsoon. These are the three jet streams which are related with the Indian monsoon. One question is here, when will easterly jet stream flow? In the summer, after withdrawal of the southern branch of westerly jet stream. Okay, that is the answer for that question. When it is in summer, easterly jet stream will start to flow in summer time. Okay, that is one thing. Whether tropical easterly jet stream is same as northeast monsoon, that is another question. The answer is no, because northeast monsoon is ground, surface wind. This tropical easterly jet stream is high altitude wind, upper tropospheric wind, and the northeast monsoon will be there in winter season, not in summer season. Summer it will be southwest monsoon along the ground. Exactly the opposite direction wind on the ground during winter. The northeast trade wind or northeast monsoon would be in the winter season. Okay, we will check remaining. So we are continuing. What are the rain bearing systems and distribution of rain? Okay, there are two main branches. One is Bay of Bengal branch, another one is Arabian Sea branch. Okay, the branch which is coming towards Arabian Sea, and another one is Bay of Bengal branch. Okay, the Arabian Sea branch you can again divide into, explain by dividing into three types. Okay, one which is hitting the Western Ghats, another one which is entering into the central highlands. The central highlands are here, Vindhya, Satpura range, Maikala range, all the ranges are here. We have discussed already. Vindhya and Satpura range. So that branch will give rainfall to the central highlands. The wind which is hitting the Western Ghats, that will give more rainfall to the western coast, and this side it becomes dry wind. So less rainfall to the interior of the Deccan Plateau. So this is 1. Entering into the central highlands is 2. Third is Gujarat branch. Like Gujarat alone has some hills. Here Girnar Hills, one hill known as Girnar Hills, Gir forest, Girnar Hills. So that will obstruct the wind and get some rainfall. The Gujarat gets some rainfall. But after that, it is parallel to the Aravalli range. The Aravalli range here is parallel to that branch of wind. So it cannot block the wind and get rainfall. So this region becomes, though the wind is there, the region becomes dry. The region becomes dry and desert-like condition is created. You can explain the Arabian part as 3 branches. One which is hitting the Western Ghats, second which is entering into the central highlands, and third which is entering into Gujarat and flowing through the Rajasthan. Okay, so that is Arabian Sea. Wherever it is orographic rainfall, which means only if mountain blocks and raises the wind, it will give rainfall. Okay, Bay of Bengal branch, what does it do? Here also you can explain it as a 3-part. Bay of Bengal branch, you can explain as 3-part. One branch goes and directly hit the Myanmar coast. Myanmar coast, here it is blocked by the Arakan Yoma mountain, Arakan mountains. Arakan mountains, and this mountain shift the wind towards India side only. Okay, that is first branch. The second branch goes and hit the Meghalaya, this region. So Meghalaya receives very heavy rainfall from this. Heavy rainfall from this due to the nature of the 3 hills which are situated blocking the monsoon winds. Okay, so Meghalaya, like it would be like this, the northeast. So the Meghalaya, 3 hills would be there, Garo, Khasi, Jaintia. The monsoon winds will be entering between the gaps and it will be rising suddenly. So the mountains are Garo, Khasi, 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 and Jaintia. Okay, the Chirapunchi and Masindram are over the Khasi hills. Khasi hills. So suddenly when the winds are funneled, it is actually funneling effect. They call it as a funneling effect. It is funneled through the Khasi hills, narrow gaps, and then due to sudden rise, it receives huge amount of rainfall, the Meghalaya plateau. And then after that, it enters into the Brahmaputra valley, and reach up to the northern aspect of Assam. So that is second branch. First branch is hitting the Myanmar coast and deflected by the Arakan Yoma. Second branch hitting the Meghalaya and then entering into Assam. Third branch enters into India like this and then go up to Punjab. So when the third branch is entering into India, it will take some of the low pressure zones from the Bay of Bengal. Low pressure zones, low pressure depressions from the Bay of Bengal, and it will take those depressions into India. These depressions are known as tropical depressions or tropical disturbances. Tropical depressions or tropical disturbances. Those depressions are taken into India, the mainland. So that will result in rise of air and some rainfall. Though it is not blocked by mountain in the Gangetic plain, the tropical depressions which are taken into India will help in giving some rainfall. And then finally, it hits the Himalayas and orographic rainfall again in Himalaya. Orographic rainfall again in Himalaya. So this is the rain bearing systems of monsoons. Okay, so I hope it is fairly clear. You can first divide into two branches, Bay of Bengal branch and Arabian Sea branch, and each branch you can explain as three parts. Some of you are asking question, Delhi and Gurgaon is now experiencing rain, whether it is from Bay of Bengal branch or Arabian Sea branch. Really, I don't know. It is in the center. Either from this branch also it might have gone, or this branch also it might have gone. Okay, Delhi is relatively in the center. Okay, and the behavior of the wind and all, you cannot say that it will be same every time. Okay, it can move, like though we are marking it as a line diagram on a map, it doesn't follow such geometrical lines and all, like wherever it is influenced by many factors, so it need not follow how we are drawing. Okay, so it can be from any branch. Another one of you is asking whether the Gujarat branch is moving east or west. It is parallel, only that is there in the textbook. It can be east, it can be west also, but it is not blocked by the Aravalli range. Whether it is east or west of Aravalli range, that is, sometimes it can be east, sometimes it can be west, but it is not being blocked by the Aravalli range. That is the only thing. Okay, and distribution, nothing. Distribution is from this side to this side. If you go anywhere, the rainfall decreases. Rainfall declines from the west to east. Rainfall declines from west to east. North and central India, rainfall decreases from here to here. Rainfall is more along this region and decreases towards northwestern aspect. In the west coast, decreases from west to east. North and central, rainfall decreases from southeast to northwest. This is southeast to northwest, the rainfall decreases. Okay, this is the rainfall distribution due to monsoon. What is known as breaks in monsoon? Break in monsoon. If rainfall fails to occur one or more weeks, they usually, some books are giving it as 1 week, some books are giving it as 10 days. So you can take 7 to 10 days or 1 or more weeks. 1 or more weeks is the term given in NCERT, I think. Okay, that is break in monsoon. Why the break happens? In North India, if the rain bearing storms, these are the tropical depressions I have mentioned about. These are the tropical depressions. Depressions are the low pressure zones I have mentioned about. Okay, the tropical depressions, when the rain bearing storms, tropical depressions are not very frequent, if they are very less along the monsoon trough. So during that time there will be very less rainfall. If the tropical depressions are not there, the low pressure zones are not there, then during that time the rainfall might be very less. Along the west coast, if the wind blows due to some reason parallel to the mountains, so that there is no opportunity to rise the wind. The wind will not rise up, so the wind cannot rise and it cannot form cloud and give rainfall. That is another reason why there might be break in monsoon. Break in monsoon. So they call it a surplus monsoon and deficit monsoon. How does they calculate it? Anyone knows that? Yeah, orographic means the rainfall is due to the blockade of wind by the mountain, and the wind is made to move up. When the wind move up, it gets cooled and form clouds and gives rainfall. This is orographic. And this side it becomes dry. So because of that only the Vidarbha region, the water scarce region of Maharashtra, northern Karnataka, Telangana and all is coming. Yeah, using long period average. What is that long period average and what is the percentage to call it as deficit or surplus? Yeah, 50 years average. 50-year running average they will take it. Okay, 50-year running average. That means for 2021 they will take the average of the rainfall from 1970 to 2020. Okay, for seeing 2021 they will calculate last 50-year average, and if it is more than 10% it is surplus and less than 10% it is deficit rainfall. 10% it is, they are taking it as a 10%. Here is one question: why branch of westerly jet stream occur? That is because of the Himalayas. Since Himalayas is there, so the westerly jet stream break into two parts, and then one flow along the northern aspect of Himalaya and one flow along southern aspect of Himalaya. And another one of you is asking, what happens to the branch which is hitting the Meghalaya? After hitting Meghalaya, it enter into Brahmaputra Valley and reaches till Assam, till the end of Assam. Yeah, one of you is asking about the rainfall types. Yeah, convectional rainfall, orographic rainfall and cyclonic rainfalls. Okay, the surplus and deficit rainfall, 50 years moving average or running average. Which means for considering 2021 as surplus or deficit, they take average of 1971 to 2020 annual rainfall average, 50 years. Okay, they will get a value. For example, say 200 centimeter. I'm roughly saying, I'm not sure. Okay, if it is coming 200 centimeters, if the rainfall is more than 10% high, which means which is equal to 220 centimeter or more, then surplus. If it is less than 10%, less by 10%, which means 180 or less, 180 centimeter or less, then they call it as deficit monsoon. It's a country average. They don't take a particular place or something, they take for the country average. This 200 centimeter, I don't know like whether it is right or wrong. It might be around 150 or something like that. I don't know. I have given a random number. okay, to explain. Okay, so we have a lot of things to cover, so we'll go a little bit fast again. Okay, characteristic, it is seasonal, it is orographic rainfall. The distance from the sea affect the amount of rainfall. There are breaks in the rainfall because of the tropical disturbance absence. Then it causes runoff and erosion because all the rainfall is concentrated in 3 to 4 months of time. So it paves way for huge runoff in the rivers and erosion, soil erosion. Indian economy is dependent upon rainfall, very much on the rainfall. 2/3 of the Indian economy is dependent upon the rainfall. And there is spatial and temporal variation. What is spatial? It is variation between one region to another region, how it is varying. That is spatial variation. Temporal is over time. Over time, like the breaks and all comes under temporal variation. These are all the characteristics of Indian monsoon. Wait, there are some questions here. Tamil Nadu, Nilgiri gets more rain. Trichy, Namakkal or leeward side gets very less rainfall. Right, you are right, because of the leeward side only. How Somalia jet stream get diverted towards southwest monsoon? Is it because of Coriolis force? Yeah, it is partially because of the Coriolis force. And the wind, as I told you, it is a complex phenomenon. Due to various effect, it can get diverted, and might be because of the low pressure there in the India, north central India and Tibetan plateau also, it might get diverted. But it adds to the southwest monsoon. Coriolis effect may be playing a role. What is spatial and temporal? Okay, before that, there is another question. Does the western disturbances created over the Mediterranean Sea due to polar winds and the continental high temperature winds? No, the westerly jet streams are circumpolar winds that are totally different topics. Westerly jet streams. There are two jet streams, circumpolar jet streams. One is subpolar, another one is subtropical. Now what we have seen is subtropical. The north branch got withdrawn, so that the north branch only is there. This is westerly jet stream. There are two bands of winds. One is subpolar region, another one is in the subtropical region. In the southern hemisphere also like that it will be. These are upper tropospheric jet streams moving from west to east. How they are created, how they behave, properties, that is totally different topic. Okay, if you are asking about this, then it is not right that Mediterranean Sea, this is not caused in the Mediterranean Sea alone. It is totally over the entire globe, the westerly circulation would be there. Okay, if you are asking me about the western disturbances, yeah, then western disturbances are the temperate cyclones which are created due to the confrontation of the polar cold air and subtropical warm air. Those two collide with each other and then form the temperate cyclone over Mediterranean region during winter. That cyclone is brought towards Indian aspect, that is known as western disturbances. Those are all part of climatology when you like during tropical and temperate cyclones, you might have been told about that. These are the characteristics of Indian monsoon, and you can see this is the rainfall from June to September alone, monsoon rain alone. Okay, so monsoon rain alone it is there. So where the deficit region, the dots are deficit, these are the deficit. Very minimal rainfall receiving places, this one. Very minimal rainfall. As I told you, the rainfall decreases from here to here, rainfall decreases from here to here. Okay, this is from NCERT only, you can leisurely look at this. Okay, have a look at this. Then retreating monsoon. Retreating monsoon is nothing big. Okay, there is no such big details and all. The ITCZ or the low pressure moves south of equator and lie in the Indian Ocean. Move south and lie in the Indian Ocean. The normal northeast trade winds are re-established. The normal northeast trade winds are re-established. Okay, only when the wind flows from the Bay of Bengal into the southern peninsular region, then these region may get some rainfall. Other winds, these winds are all moving from the land towards sea. So no moisture, no rainfall this side. Okay, so if someone asks, Western Ghats is here, the northeast monsoon should give rainfall to the eastern side of the Western Ghats. It can't give because these winds are from the land, so no moisture. Only these winds which are flowing from the Bay of Bengal will have some amount of moisture and give rainfall to the Andhra and Tamil Nadu coast. Okay, these winds cannot give rainfall, so simply they move over. This is known as retreating monsoon or northeast monsoon. During this time, if a cyclone is formed, that is pushed into Indian land region by these monsoons. Okay, then we are going to see the annual rainfall distribution in India. One of you asked about variability. I will come to that variability. What is spatial variability and temporal variability? You had asked, I remember, I will come to that. Okay, so average rainfall for the total India is 125 centimeter. 125 centimeter. High more than 200 centimeter, medium 100 to 200 centimeter. These are all the classification. This is again NCERT. You can check it. So remember this map. Like it is very easy. Don't get like you have to mark some region with low. Okay, and where it is high. These two regions, if you are marking, then if you are drawing a line in between, left hand side you can mark it as 50 to 100, and right hand side you can mark it with 100 to 200. Okay, first mark the lowest region, Rajasthan, this Telangana, Vidarbha region, lowest region, and Jammu and Kashmir also, like here, lowest region, and then mark the highest region, Western Ghats and Meghalaya, Arunachal Pradesh, this region, and then draw a line in between. Right hand side 100 to 200, left hand side 50 to 100. So like when monsoon is asked, you can draw this map and simply show that this is the average rainfall. If anything else related to agriculture is asked, so this is how you can impress in the mains answer writing. Easier maps you have to remember and see. Rainfall variability. Okay, here it is the CV is coefficient of variation. The standard deviation by mean is the average. how much it is varying. For example, so particular region is varying, the rainfall deficit is say 50 centimeter is deficit. So then by mean is say mean is 150. Mean is 150 centimeter. The normal mean for that region into 100, which will be around 33%. So 33% variability means it will put under this region. Okay, this is 33% variability. Okay, standard deviation is like how much it is deviating from the normal rainfall, and what is the mean rainfall for that place into 100. Actually, variability is even worse than the aridity. If there is no rainfall, then it is fine. At least the farmers can adjust to some sort of cropping or something for that sake, adjusting to the less rainfall thing. But if it is varying, last year there was good rainfall, everyone will be feeling that, oh, if I have sown something, I would have got good harvest. Like that. Next year he will be sowing. He will be spending all his money or savings, and then he will be cultivating, sowing. That year it will not rain. Okay, that year it will not rain. So farmer will be driven to poverty. So variability is worse than aridity or dryness. Okay, if there is no rainfall, then it is perfectly fine. The people can adjust for that. If it is highly variable, then it becomes very difficult for the farmers to adapt to the variability. This is also from NCERT, variability. And how variability is calculated, I have shown you. For example, take a place in Tamil Nadu, Trichy. Average rainfall in that region is, say average rainfall is 150. Sorry. Mean rainfall is, mean is equal to 150 centimeter. Deviation, here don't understand that standard deviation with the statistic standard deviation, but standard deviation is like 2-3 years. If you are statistically calculating also, you can arrive at a standard deviation. So deviation is equal to, say for example, put it as 30 centimeter is the average deviation. 1 year it can be 30 centimeter less, another year it can be 30 centimeter more. Okay, so if you are calculating the coefficient of variation, 30 by 150 into 100, which is almost 5, which is coming under 20. Okay, 20% would be the coefficient of variation. Like that they are calculating. Coefficient of variation is very high for this region. So this variation is known as spatial variation. Variation with different place. This is known as spatial variation. Sorry, SPATIAL, spatial variation. Okay. So another map you can see. For example, sorry for the very rough map. Okay, so you can draw a line something like this. These regions are receiving southwest monsoon, summer rainfall. The Andhra coast and Tamil Nadu coast alone receiving northeast monsoon, winter rainfall. Here summer rainfall. So which season the rainfall is happening? That is temporal variation. Temporal variation is based on time when the rainfall is received. Spatial variation is between two places the amount of variation, rainfall received will be varying. That is spatial. Temporal means time concept. Okay, you should remember that temporal means time, with the time or season or something like that. Okay. Then climatic classification of India. There are some questions. Sir, is there any role for equatorial ocean current in monsoon wind? Yeah, they will definitely have some impact, but very minor impact to bring into the answer writing. They can impact. Definitely, the ocean currents also will have an impact on the monsoon circulation also, and the rainfall also. Okay, whenever there is a warm ocean current, then there is a high probability that the wind flowing over the warm ocean current will be carrying more moisture compared to a cold ocean current. Okay, that is the answer for that. This jet stream, I'm not going into it. One of you is again and again mentioning about jet streams. That is a different topic, so I'm not going to jet streams. Okay, we will restrict our jet stream discussion only with respect to monsoon. Okay, spatial temporal, I have just now explained. Spatial means it is with respect to two places. If you compare the rainfall, that is spatial. Same place with respect to time, if you compare, that is temporal. Okay, this El Nino effect, La Nina effect, I will come to that. Okay. Yeah, good. Okay, there is for those people who have not done oceanography, you might feel little bit difficult, but I will explain to you also. I'm going to explain about the El Nino and La Nina effect on Indian monsoon. After this, we will have a break of 5 minutes. Okay. After this, we will have a break of 5 minutes. So this is Pacific Ocean. You can understand that this is Pacific Ocean, Australia, and that side South America is there. So I require you to, this is almost equator. This is almost here. Here is the equator. This is the line equator. You can take that equator as the boundary, the thing. Okay, almost along the equator only I have cut the map. Okay, equator. So I want you to tell me what is the wind which is prevalent in this region. What is the wind? What is the wind which is prevalent along this region? Trade winds, right? Qualify what is the trade wind? Yeah, southeast trade wind. From the south and eastern aspect, the wind is moving. These are southeast trade winds. Okay, what these trade wind does, if you take a ocean surface, this is ocean, A, B, C, temperature wise, what would be greater, A or B would be greater? Tell me whether A temperature would be, part A would be greater or part B would be greater? Temperature. Yeah, all of you are saying it is A. Because the sun is heating the surface water more. The sun rays are falling on the surface and the surface water is warmer than the deeper water. So whatever the surface warm water here, the surface warm water, it is dragged by the wind. The wind direction is towards this side, towards western side, dragged by the wind towards this side. So here warm water is there. How warm water collected here? It is because of the wind dragging the surface warm water. The wind flows on the surface, so whatever the warm water present on the surface of the ocean is dragged by the surface wind towards the western aspect of the Pacific Ocean. I hope you are clear with this. Okay. So here warm water is there. So here a warm ocean current is also there. The current name is West Australian current. Sorry, East Australian current. East Australian current. East Australian current. Once the surface water and all is moved, from this side also it will be moved. Here there will be an emptiness. So from the bottom, from the B level, the cold water will come up along the Peru coast. And here cold water would be there. From where the cold water came? From the, not from the southern aspect, it is from the bottom. You should understand that it is from the bottom. So here coldness would be there, coldness would be there. So because of that, here a cold current is there. The current name is Peru current. Cold ocean current, Peru current would be there. This current name is East Australian current. Okay. Sorry. East Australian current. Here it is Peru current. This is cold current, this is warm current. Okay, I am going to remove the remaining things and all, like I don't want these things. Okay, I am removing this thing also. It's no more relevant. So since the surface is warm, the air mass which is here above this ocean, it will be heated and it will rise up. This is atmosphere. Okay, atmosphere. The air mass will be heated up and rise up, and this air mass will move towards this side, and here it will subside. It will cool and it will subside here. Okay, whenever an air mass is rising, a low pressure is created. Whenever an air mass is subsiding, high pressure would be created. High pressure would be created. So now again the wind will start flowing from high pressure to low pressure. This is nothing but the surface wind. This is the southeast trade wind, which is flowing like this only, but I can represent the above atmosphere only as a horizontal line. Okay, southeast trade wind. This circulation in the Pacific Ocean is known as Walker circulation. This is known as Walker circulation. Okay, this is known as Walker circulation. But due to some unknown reason, sometimes, I hope Walker circulation is like clear to most of you, like, yeah. sometime due to some unknown reason, due to complex reasons, this side becomes cold and temporarily this side becomes warm. The wind direction is also changed. Everything get changed. Okay, so here high pressure, here low pressure region. This condition is known as El Nino. This reversal of Walker cell circulation, Walker circulation is known as El Nino. Why it is happening? No one found out so far. It is due to the complex interaction between the oceanic circulation and atmospheric circulation. That is how it is described in textbooks. Okay, due to complex interaction between the oceanic and atmospheric circulation. So, when the total circulation direction is changed, then it is known as El Nino. What happens? Here cloud formation would be there. Wherever the air mass is rising, cloud formation and rainfall would be there. Here dryness, drought, drought-like condition is created along the Australian coast. So, since this drought-like condition is there, this drought makes the wind which is moving towards Indian subcontinent, the southeast trade winds, also dry. This drought along this region makes the southeast trade wind which is moving towards the Indian Ocean also dry, and whenever El Nino is there, the monsoon will become deficit monsoon. Usually the monsoon becomes deficit. It negatively affect the negative effect on Indian monsoon. So, El Nino has a negative effect on Indian monsoon. What is El Nino Modoki? I know what is El Nino Modoki. If you know, should be a person. I don't know. I should not judge. If you have heard about El Nino Modoki, for sake of knowing, if you are asking, I welcome the doubt. But if you are knowing and testing whether I know, that is not so good. Okay. So this is El Nino, and this will negatively affect the Indian monsoon. It is negatively affecting the Indian monsoon. And why it is El Nino? For the sake of remembrance sake, I will tell you. The appearance of warm water along the Peru coast, they are identifying that with this happens during the month of December. The abnormal appearance of warm water along the Peru coast happens during the month of December. So, they identify that with the Jesus Christ, male child birth. December month, it is the Christmas month, male child birth. Okay, so El Nino means male child. So, they have named it as male child, El Nino. Okay, it affects the Indian monsoon negatively. But there is a disclaimer, whether all El Nino year would be deficit monsoon. If the statement is like that, all El Nino years would be a deficit monsoon in India, then it is wrong. It is not all. There were in the past years where El Nino was there, but monsoon was normal. Okay, exceptions are there. Okay, so it should not be a complete statement like always El Nino is negative. Okay, it might be, usually it is negative, like 80 to 90% of the cases it is negative. Okay, then now what is La Nina? La Nina. La Nina is girl child, opposite of El Nino. Here the warmness become extremely high. It affects not only the Australian coast, it reaches up to China. That side also the cold, it not only affect the Peru coast, it reaches up to California, the North America also. So the exaggerated normal Walker cell is known as La Nina. Here again, what pressure would be there? High pressure here, low pressure here. So, sorry, this side. Yeah, this side. Okay, exaggerated normal Walker cell is known as La Nina. Heavy flooding along the Indonesian island and Australia coast and China also. The Southeast Asian coast and all, heavy flooding. Here, dryness, entire South America and then some Central American countries also will be facing dryness. That is exaggerated La Nina. So now due to the surplus rain here, so the southeast trade winds will be moisture laden and it is positive for Indian monsoon. This is also not always, exceptions are there. Some La Nina years had been having normal monsoon also, but normally La Nina years it would be surplus monsoon. This is La Nina. There is another concept known as Indian Ocean dipole. El Nino, La Nina, anyone having doubt? Okay. Okay. So we will move on to see what is Indian Ocean dipole. I will come to this. Okay, like El Nino, La Nina, here also we don't know the actual reason. Here the oscillation is between Somalia coast and Sumatra coast. It is not Australia also. It is Sumatra coast. This is the Sumatra island. Somalia coast and Sumatra coast. Sometimes this side become abnormally warm. this side become abnormally cold. Warm means low pressure, cold means high pressure. Okay, this warmth will affect positively Indian monsoon. So whenever the Somalia coast is warm and having low pressure, Somalia pressure is, air pressure is less than Sumatra coast. That is known as positive phase of Indian Ocean dipole. Positive IOD, Indian Ocean dipole. Exactly what it is there in the map. This is known as positive phase of Indian Ocean dipole. It causes rainfall surplus in India. When it is ulta, the Somalia is having high pressure and Sumatra is having low pressure, then Sumatra will be having rainfall and Somalia will be drought. So we will be having deficit monsoon. That is negative phase. Positive IOD is positive to India. Negative IOD is negative to Indian monsoon. Okay, this is Indian Ocean dipole. And this is also like we don't know the reason why it is happening. It happens once in a while. La Nina, Peru will be having severe drought. Yes. Peru, even the Central America up to California, drought would be there. Okay, and this pressure difference, they are not able to exactly narrow down what is the reason. Okay, exactly narrow down what is the reason. Like if you see the entire latitude, global surface, along one latitude only, alternatively there will be high pressure, low pressure, high pressure, low pressure, like that. Okay, you should do some additional reading to know why it is exactly happening. There are many oscillations which have been found out. Okay, like many oscillations in the temperature and pressure which have been found out. Even Wikipedia has good account of this ocean temperature and pressure changes. Okay, we will restrict with IOD and El Nino, La Nina, how it is affecting the Indian monsoon. Okay, so we will move on to the, so as I told you, we will take a 5 minutes break and then start the climatic classification. Yeah, 5 minutes break now. Hello. Yeah. So we'll continue the climatic classification. Whether climatic classification has been taken, this Köppen scheme of classification has been taken during climatology. Okay. Okay. Some of you are, it is equal, yes and no. Okay. So for those people who had already attended, taken. Okay. The G.C. Liang classification, the latitudinal, how the on an imaginary continent, how the latitudinal arrangement of climates are there, that has been taken, it seems. Okay, fine. Köppen scheme, why it is important? Because it is given in the NCERT. It is there in the NCERT. Okay, so because of that, otherwise, like, you need not know about the Köppen scheme. Like, since it is there in the NCERT, it may be asked in the mains exam. It may be asked in the mains exam, or some questions can be in the prelims also. So, like, we will make it as simple as possible with respect to India, and then we will check this classification. Okay. So here Köppen scheme of classification has 6 major type of classification: tropical, dry climate, warm temperate, cold snow forest, cold climates, and highland climate. A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, 5. In this, 3 climates: tropical, warm temperate, C, A, C, D. We identify the particular climate with average temperature of the coldest month. Average temperature of the coldest month. For example, 12 months are there. For India, which is the coldest month? Somewhere it is December, somewhere it might be January. Okay, coldest month is December or January for India. So the average temperature of the December month would be this criteria month. Okay, so average temperature of the coldest month. If it is more than 18 degrees centigrade, if it is more than or equal to 18 degrees centigrade, then we automatically classify that particular region, that particular place as tropical or A climate. Okay, this is first thing. So if the coldest month itself 18 degrees centigrade, whether Delhi will qualify as tropical? No, because coldest month will reach 10 there. Okay, the average temperature of the coldest month will reach up to 10 also. Okay, so Delhi will not qualify. Whether Chennai will qualify? Chennai may qualify, because Chennai may qualify for this. Coldest month would be even the December average temperature in Chennai would be, daytime it would be around 25, 26. Night time it would be 18, 20. So average would be around 22, 23. So Chennai will qualify for it. Okay, like that, whether a particular place qualify for a tropical or not will be decided based on the average temperature of the coldest month. So directly we will move on to C. We will finish these 3 climates and come back. C type is average temperature of the coldest month is -3 degree to 18 degree. Simply it is -3 degree to 18 degree centigrade. Here Delhi will qualify. Okay, -3 degree centigrade to 18 degree centigrade would be the average temperature of the coldest month. Okay, then we are moving to the D type of climate. The average temperature of the coldest month is either -3 or less than that. -3 or less than that, which means it is less than -3. Okay, if the temperature of the average temperature of the coldest month is less than -3, then it qualifies for C climate. So I will even simplify this for you. Average temperature of the coldest month. Okay. So on a scale 0, 18, -3, only these two are required. Sorry. So 18 can be brought somewhere in the middle. Okay. -18, -3. Okay. If a average temperature of the coldest month is more than this, A climate, tropical climate. Here, in between -3 and 18, then C climate. Less than -3, then D climate. Anywhere D climate. Okay, like that, average temperature of the coldest month. Based on that, A, C, D are formed. Okay. So, but where will we put the E climate? So that would be a problem. So we will see first of all E climate, what it is. E climate is average temperature of any month, all month should be below 10 degrees centigrade. Even the hottest month should be less than 10 degrees centigrade. Average temperature of the, for all months, all individual months should be less than 10 degrees centigrade. It is positive. Okay. So here there will be overlap between CD and E. Can you appreciate this? Because here we told that it is -3 to 18. It is -3 and below. Here there is no lower limit at all. So there will be overlap. So because of that, in these two climates, we have to just put this disclaimer. Warmest month more than 10 degrees centigrade. So whatever is here will not come under this. Here also warmest month more than 10 degrees centigrade. So then everything will become exclusive. So this is not given there in the NCERT also. Without this warmest month should be more than 10 degrees centigrade, it becomes overlapping. So add these two words. Warmest month should be more than 10 degrees centigrade in C and D. Only then there won't be any overlap between CD and E climate. Otherwise, there will be a overlapping situation. So E climate is identified by all temperature, all month temperature should be less than 10 degrees centigrade. Less than 10 degrees centigrade. Then highland, it is because of elevation. If a particular place temperature is less, cold, then it is known as highland temperature. This is added as a modification. So what is B temperature then? We are coming to this B temperature now only. Wherever the evaporation is more than rainfall or precipitation. Evaporation is more than rainfall or precipitation, then that climate is known as B climate. Okay, by a very complex formula, they calculate whether evaporation is more than precipitation or not. That we did not go into the details. Just remember, if evaporation is more than precipitation, then that climate is known as B climate or dry climate. Any doubt in this major climatic classification? Okay. Cold climate. Okay. Average temperature of coldest month. Based on that, we have already calculated -3, 18. So A, this is B, this is C. Okay. Whatever coming to the right, it will be A climate. Whatever coming here, it would be B climate. Whatever coming to the left, it would be C climate. Now, all month temperature or warm month temperature, warmest month temperature should be more than 10 degrees centigrade. That is what climate? 0 again, 10 degree again. So warmest, sorry, not more than, it is less than. Warmest month itself should be less than 10 degree. That will be the E climate. The entire climate would be E climate. Okay, here you can see it is overlapping with the B also. With the C also some overlap is there. Warmest month less than 10 degree means it is overlapping with B. B is from here, right? And C is here. C also it is overlapping. So for B and C, put a additionality like warmest month should be more than 10 degree. So B and C will fall somewhere here also. Here also warmest month should be more than 10 degree. Coldest month can be this side, but warmest month go this side also. So it will become totally two different type of climate. So even after this, if you don't understand, sit leisurely and think over it. Okay, all possibility for warmest month, coldest month, giving some numbers. With some numbers, think over it. You will yourself get to know that how it is possible. Okay, the second letter. Usually in Köppen's classification, we write a climate as AF, like CSB, like that and all. Okay, so with alphabets. A alphabet, the first alphabet we have seen, that is the major classification. The second letter is F, stands for full rainfall, full rain or no dry season. M stands for monsoon. W stands for winter dry. S stands for summer dry. Second letter. Okay, then sometimes we add third letter also. A. If A is written as third letter, then the summer climate is, summer temperature is more than 22 degrees centigrade. If B is written as third letter, then summer is less than 22 degrees centigrade. This is used only for C and D climate, so that only I have qualified that. Third letter. A is summer temperature more than 22, B is summer temperature less than 22. Then for B climate alone, we have different set of classification. B, first of all, we classify into two types. One is W, which stands for desert. Second one is S, stands for steppe. Desert and steppe. Steppe is, this is more dry, comparatively less dry. This is dry. Okay. Desert is more dry, steppe is less dry. Steppe means grassland. Again, this is divided into hot and cold. Cold is K. Cold for K. Here also hot. Here also cold. So, which becomes hot is written as BWH. Here BWK. Here BSH. Here BSK. So, 4 climates will come in B climate. BWH, BWK, BSH, BSK. That is what given here. The S and W differentiation, again a complex formula. Okay, formula, you know, you need not go into that. Based on rainfall, the temperature and all, they calculate where it would be S, where it would be W. But H and K, it is easy. H is annual average temperature, mean annual temperature. If it is more than 18 degrees centigrade, then H. If average annual temperature is less than 18 degrees centigrade, then it is K, cold. K for cold. Okay, sorry, yeah, I told it as B, sorry, it is C. Okay, ACD, it is not ABC. Now only I saw. Okay, this is how we classify the B climate. Now coming to the, like with this inputs, you try to classify it for world also. It is easy only. Physical geography, NCERT has the world classification. You can check that also. But I am saying the details about the Indian climate only. Okay. Here we can check what are all the climates which are present in the India. This region, it is mentioned as AMW, which means A stands for tropical, M stands for monsoon, W stands for winter is dry. So the rainfall is in summer monsoon, AMW, monsoon region. So similarly, we will see one by one. AMW is one climate we have seen. Any other A climate? Yeah, AS. A is for tropical, S is for summer dry. So rainfall would be in winter, especially the Tamil Nadu coast, Tamil Nadu and Andhra coast, this region. Which is summer is dry, winter is having rainfall, AS, summer dry and tropical. Any A? Yeah, another A. AW. The entire region is AW. This region is AW. So A stands for again tropical, W stands for winter dry. Winter dry, AW, that is green. Then that's it. A, we have only 3 climates, AMW or AM. You can, if you are writing AM is also, it is sufficient. AMW, AS, AW. Okay. So these are the 3 types of A climate in the India. So just how you will write? You need to write that which are the region by mentioning the state. Okay. The coastal regions of Maharashtra, Karnataka, Kerala falls under AMW. And then why it is AMW? The southwest monsoon gives rainfall to this, and it is during the summer season. Like that, 2 points. AS, if you are writing, it is the coastal regions of the Andhra, major portion of the Tamil Nadu state falls under AS. During retreating monsoon, during winter time, these regions get rainfall. So the summer is dry and winter is receiving rainfall. Like that, you can make up the points. So like that, if you are checking, then next, B region, here, what is there? BSHW. BSHW. Okay, BSHW. What is B? Dry climate. What is S? Stands for steppe. H, it is for hot region where annual average temperature is more than 18 degrees centigrade. W stands for winter dry. So whatever minimal rainfall it gets during summer time. Okay, this region is BSHW. Some other regions also will be BSHW. This is also BSHW. BWHW. Okay. This is BWHW, which is desert, dry, desert, hot desert, and then whatever the rainfall it is receiving during the summer month, so winter is dry. And the central region is, the majority of the portion is this one, CWG. CW, temperate climate. Again, W stands for winter dry. G, you simply remember as Gangetic plain, for G for Gangetic plain. Okay, but actually G in Köppen's classification has a different connotation. You need not know that. You simply remember that it is in the Gangetic plain. CWG. It is a temperate climate where winter is dry and in the Gangetic plain. CWG. Okay, here also it is there, continued here also. So after this, a small portion of DFC. DFC. D is cold continental region. F stands for the entire year is receiving rainfall. Entire year is receiving rainfall, full rainfall, but the temperature in the summer is less than 22. Summer temperature is less than 22 degrees centigrade. So DFC. Cold climate, continuous year full of rainfall, but summer is having less than 22 degrees centigrade. So DFC. And the J and K region is classified as polar or E type of climate. where even during the summer months the temperature is less than 10 degrees centigrade. Average temperature is 10 degrees centigrade. Okay, this is how again the map is from NCERT. You can go through the NCERT. C is because the temperature in the summer month, sorry, okay. C stands for, B is 22 degrees centigrade, C stands for short summer, very short summer. C stands for very short summer. Third letter C stands for very short summer. So this 22 degree is B, sorry. Very short summer is C. Whether the second letter in B climate alone, second letter is capital. In B climate alone, second letter is capital. In all other climate, we have to have only first letter as capital, other letters are small letter. In B climate alone, you can have first two letters capital. One of you is asking that, okay. So this is generally monsoon with dry winter. So this is again NCERT, you can go through the NCERT thing, okay. The natural vegetation in India, okay, tropical evergreen forest, tropical deciduous forest, tropical thorn forest, montane forest, littoral and swamp forest. So the natural vegetation means if a particular place, a particular region on the earth surface is left as such undisturbed, then over a period what sort of vegetation will establish there, okay. You don't plant something, you don't alter the climate, nothing, you does nothing, you allow it for the natural process to take over, then during that time what sort of vegetation would be there, what sort of plants would be there, that is the natural vegetation, okay. Plant community, it is mainly determined by the climate and the soil conditions. And photoperiod is the average time of sunlight, that is photoperiod. These conditions, the climate, soil and photoperiod determines the type of natural vegetation in a particular region, okay. India, it is very simple. So we have majority of the portion, we have tropical deciduous forest. This region is tropical deciduous forest. Deciduous means, you know already, many of you might be knowing, deciduous means there will be fall of leaf after the just before deciduous forest. Those plants which sheds leaf during the fall or autumn period, that is known as deciduous. After summer, there will be a phase where the leaf will be fallen, okay. That is tropical deciduous forest. You have to explain that what is the states which are covered, okay. Major portion of India is covered by tropical deciduous forest only, that thing. And then here this is tropical thorn forest. Thorn forest, the thorny nature of the plants itself is an adaptation for dryness to prevent the transpirational loss of water, okay. to prevent the transpirational loss of water, the leaf get modified as thorn. Okay, so tropical thorn forest. Here also you have some thorn forest, tropical thorn forest. Tropical thorn forest. Tropical evergreen forest. This region, tropical evergreen forest. This region is having evergreen forest is having tropical evergreen forest. The layers are many. The forest layers would be many layered. Okay, so always it would be green. Even if some trees shed leaves, then the other plants would be having a leaves, so that it would be always green. And normally also, due to abundant supply of moisture, the rainfall would be very high. So abundant supply of moisture, the plant tendency would be to be always green. The foliation, that is the leaf, would be always green. That is another thing. And then the montane forest on the hills, it is the montane forest. That is a natural vegetation. And then swamps. Swamps are the waterlogged area. Waterlogged area means where the water like stays on the ground for a long period. So that is known as littoral or swamps. Littoral or swamp forest. I have slide, but I don't have the time to allow you to copy your thing. But all the points I have taken down from the NCERT only. Okay. So kindly look into the NCERT, and just you need to, like, for example, I will explain one thing. Where it is, like that, you have to first identify the area. Okay, area, and then if possible, what is the precipitation, what is the average temperature, what are the types of plants that grows there. Okay, what are the plants of types of plant, any characteristic type of plants that are growing that needs to be added in the vegetation. So here you see the multiple layers of canopy, because they fight for the sunlight. Okay, they fight for the sunlight, so they grow very height. Okay, multiple layers of canopy would be there in the tropical evergreen forest. So next, tropical deciduous forest. Here it is 100 to 200 centimeter. If it is moist, usually it is 70 to 200 is the normal. Okay, where it is northeastern states, Western Ghats, Odisha, teak, sal, these are the again it is two types, moist and dry. So I have given it as a two types. So here it is deciduous, the plants shed their leaves. Okay, thorny forest where precipitation is less than 50 centimeter, where mainly the Rajasthan, wherever the rainfall is very minimal. Okay, many minimal. Grasses and shrubs would be there. Okay, these are all from the NCERT only. So don't worry, you can go through the NCERT and you can take down the points. Okay, in montane forest, there will be vertical layers of succession, that is known as whether I have yeah, here it is mentioned, succession of vegetation. Like in the lower altitude you have one type of forest, like first one is deciduous, it starts with deciduous. So with some altitude, like say 100 say 1000 meters, it becomes wet temperate, then alpine, then it becomes tundra. So the montane forest will have the succession of different type of forest vertically. Vertically you will have different type of forest. So that is known as succession of vegetation from tropical to tundra. So each and every layer will be having different type of plants. Different heights will have different type of plants. So that you need to go through. Again, montane forest in the southern side, Western Ghats, Vindhyas, Nilgiris. Here, Shola forest in Nilgiri. This can be a can be asked in prelims questions also. Shola forest is a Nilgiri. What is the characteristic feature of Shola forest? Shola forest is you will have grassland and then the tree covers also. Alternating grasslands and forest with trees. That is the characteristic of Shola forest. They call it as rolling grasslands. Rolling grasslands. So you have grasslands and then the forest. That is the characteristic of Shola forest. Okay, littoral swamps, littoral and swamp forest. This is the entire list is there in the NCERT. So don't worry, there is the entire list is there in the NCERT. You can copy from that. Okay, that's it. And these things for the completion sake I am giving earthquake zones. Again, the map is from NCERT only. It is very high damage zone, high damage zone, moderate zone, low damage zone, very low damage zone. So please go through this map. Don't leave this map. Okay, go through this map. Whenever disaster management question appears in the exam, try to replicate at least to some extent. It is easy. Like we tend to think that these are difficult ones and we leave it. Okay, very low damages in the center. Draw the four central zone and then draw next layer. Okay, low damage and after that moderate damage, like that. Find some way how this can be drawn or practice once, so that if earthquake related question has come, immediately draw India map and show something. Okay, so you will get additional half mark or 1 mark. Okay, this is again from NCERT. Not an issue at all. Okay. I had noted down this, what is MSK, I forgot. Okay, kindly search that. Kindly do a search and know this, what is MSK. They are mentioning it as MSK. I had noted down somewhere, but now I forgot. So please do a internet search for what is MSK in earthquake hazard zone. If someone knows, you can send it now. Okay. Terrace cultivation is not a succession of vegetation. Terrace cultivation, you cultivate the same thing. So that is not a succession. This is drought zone. Here this is little bit of concept. I will explain these concept alone in single like sentences. Okay, take it down. Different type of drought. This is not there in, I don't know whether it is there in the NCERT. It is there, I think. Meteorological drought. Meteorological drought is with related to rainfall. Yeah. Medvedev, Sponher, Kernig scale. Yeah, thank you. Meteorological scale is, meteorological drought is with respect to rainfall. If there is a rainfall deficit, then they call it as a meteorological drought. It is the soil moisture. If soil moisture is decreased, then agricultural drought. Water storage. In reservoirs and underground water table. Water storage means reservoirs, major dams in Krishnarajar Sagar Dam, in this Kallanai Dam. reservoirs and groundwater table. If that decreases, then they call it as a hydrological drought. This is based on the what happens to the crops, like natural vegetations, ecological, okay. If they become dry, then it is known as ecological drought. Meteorological is based on rainfall. If the rainfall is less, then they call it as a meteorological drought. Agricultural drought is if the soil moisture is reduced, because of that the output of crop is reduced, then agricultural drought. Hydrological is whenever your storage places are having less amount of water stored, then they call it as hydrological drought. When your natural vegetation get dried up, that is known as ecological drought. Again, this is also very easy. Go through the map, do once, practice once. If questions comes in mains, please draw the maps. Okay, and winds and cyclone, here also tropical cyclone Bay of Bengal in the month of October and November, and sometimes Arabian Sea also get the thing. And here also the map is from NCERT only, just I want you to go through the map and use it in the exam. Okay, flood hazard zone, wherever the rivers are there, you can mark the flood hazard zone nearby. You can mark the flood hazard zone nearby, and the flood months are usually the monsoon month for the Himalayan rivers, Himalayan and this rivers. Only the southern rivers will be having the winter months flood. Okay, based on the whether the southwest monsoon is giving rainfall to the particular region or northeast monsoon is giving the rainfall to the particular region. Okay, then landslides, those are also classified as very high vulnerable zone, moderate vulnerable, and low vulnerable zone. It is not there, whether it is there or not, I don't know, but take it down. Very high vulnerable zone are Himalayas, Andaman Nicobar, Western Ghats, Nilgiris. Himalayas, Andaman and Nicobar, Western Ghats, Nilgiris. Moderate vulnerable, moderately vulnerable is northeastern region, northeastern states and lower Himalayan states. Low vulnerability, Aravalli, Deccan Plateau. Aravalli, Deccan Plateau, and Ladakh and Spiti in Himachal. Ladakh and Spiti Valley in Himachal. Landslide vulnerability. Okay. Okay. So that's it. I'm concluding the today's session. This is what I thought of taking. So thank you all. I hope it was useful. So if any other, some batches are telling that you had not been covered with some set of thing. So please contact the team. Okay, most of the slides I have rushed through or from NCERT only, so don't be feel like it was rushed. Okay. Yeah, see you all. Okay, tropical depressions are low pressure zones over Bay of Bengal, low pressure zones over Bay of Bengal, which are moved or driven towards Indian subcontinent by the monsoon. Tropical depressions are low pressure zones in the Bay of Bengal, which are driven or moved into the Indian subcontinent by the monsoon winds and provide rainfall to the north central plains of India. That is tropical depressions and tropical disturbances. For both, it is the same. Yeah. Thank you.
Recording stopped.